Man, Vinland Saga is so fucking good. I'm genuinely in love with this show. If I could marry it, I would. In this video, I'm gonna give my opinion on the latest 6 episodes. So let's go. First of all, what on earth happened to Canute, man? He has become such a dark character. He is genuinely doing the most evil things a king can do. Killing his own brother? Dude, his brother was nice to him, man. The fuck? He has become super ruthless. And he really has some serious mental trauma. Sometimes he literally envisions his dead father laughing at him, saying he's becoming just like him. And he just embraces it. Like he ain't even scared. And might I add, I absolutely love this way of showing his thought process and descent into madness. It's super creative and very interesting to watch. I always got happy whenever the Dead King appeared, because I just like the scene so much. It's crazy how the things that Priest told him all the way back in season 1 resonated with him this much. Like when Canute said he is doing everything for lost love, he meant the love lost on Earth when Eva bit that apple, making God punish everyone by throwing them out of paradise. And Canute wants to change that. He wants to create a paradise on Earth, and he will do everything necessary to accomplish that. But to accomplish that, he needs to be the ultimate ruler of everything. And he can't do that with his brother getting half of the land. He is very much aware he is destroying his sanity by doing this, but he sees everything bad he does as a necessary evil to create his heaven on Earth. But to be honest, I think he might even end up losing track of his own goal. I think he will become fully corrupted and only crave more and more power at one point. It's genuinely a fascinating progression from where he came from. Whether I agree with him or not, well, on first glance, definitely not. He wants to create a utopia, yes, but to do this, he is ruining a lot of lives. And I think the most noble thing you can do is try to make the best of what you have now, instead of causing pain so it can be better later. Then again, he is a very damaged person, and this goal seems to be the only thing he holds on to. But all of what I'm saying now are really first impressions, and there is quite a lot to be analyzed about Canute and his morals. I might go deeper into that later. One thing is for sure though, he is a fucking Sigma male, man. And next to him you also have his sidekicks, this loser and Wolf. I feel like Wolf has potential to be a pretty interesting character, and he seems to be very loyal to Canute. The other guy is also very loyal, but it's definitely not personal. He deadass helped his dad to try and kill him back in season 1. He is really just a little bitch to whoever is wearing the crown. He does seem to have some moral compass though, since when Canute mentioned taking over the lands, he tried to convince him to do something less evil, like reducing the army in certain places. Canute can't do that though, since he needs to keep the army there, otherwise people will rebel against him. So he decides to take over, out of all places, Kettle's farm. The place where our boys are at. All because of a mistake from this man. He didn't learn anything from last time we saw him, and deadass tried to join Canute's army. Of course, the weak ass embarrassed himself really badly, and to be honest, although how annoying he was till now, I felt kinda bad for him when those guys started laughing at him. Like, Olmar is just stupid, man. He just needs to learn things. He doesn't need to be laughed at. Sadly, by him getting mad at the guys laughing at him, a lot of stuff went down, giving Canute a reason to take over Kettle's farm for the eggs of his sons. And man, Thorgil is one scary ass dude. Just look at him killing these guys like they are fucking butter. And Olmar is just sitting there being absolutely traumatized. Well mate, as much as I do feel bad for you, you really needed a reality check. War isn't as fun as you think, man, it really isn't. And judging by the trailer for next part, he really seems to have woken up from his naive beliefs. Then again, at what cost? How many people will die for the war over the farm now? Will the farm even make it? Canute and Wolf really are some slimy bastards for having planned this all out, to be honest. And how goddamn accurate can this man throw coins? Like the fuck, that shit looks painful. Talking about painful, the gore, man, Jesus Christ. If this episode was censored from the manga, I don't even want to know how graphic the manga is. But what about the episodes before the war got confirmed? Do I still like Kettle? Well, yes, but there are some things about him that are kinda Like the episode where he was basically forced to hit that kid. Like, the fuck, man, I was so surprised when Potter said to punish him. Like, it looked like he was defending him. I don't really blame Kettle for hitting the kid because of how cornered he was. And apparently the reason he found it so hard was because he is scared of violence. But like, the people around him think he used to be some kind of crazy warrior. Like, how did that rumor even start if it's all fake? Either way, this episode with the kid really made me dislike the characters a little bit. I don't dislike them to the point of, man, fuck you, die in the fire. But, you know, I didn't like it, obviously. But to be honest, the thing that I dislike the most about Kettle is how he is such a simp for Arnheid, man. Like, he doesn't want to let her free. I don't know, man. This whole bond they have doesn't really feel right to me. Especially since Arnheid probably really just wants to be free, you know? But hey, these are all great things about the characters, so I'm still interested in them for sure. And the episode was very well done. I'm also super excited for Leif and Thorfinn being united. Everything is falling together so masterfully. I genuinely feel pity for all the people that got bored this season because there wasn't enough action. Like, I genuinely loved it. And now it seems like the calm times have ended and it's gonna get really exciting. Leif is also just such a great guy. He ended up saving another slave and called him Thorfinn because he missed Thorfinn so much. You go, man. True Giga Chat here. But now, how are our boys doing? Well, Thorfinn went through some insane character development. Their crops got destroyed by a bunch of assholes. And in the moment of anger, Einar and Thorfinn started fighting them. And Thorfinn got knocked out really hard. He ended up dreaming about his father, apologizing to him for not being able to teach him enough before he died. Thorfinn told him that it's not his fault and that he ruined everything himself, and then proceeds to fall into a massive hole. The animation is really haunting and it makes it really scary. Then at the last second he manages to hold on to a rock and looks below him. A true nightmarish place gets revealed to him. Hundreds if not thousands of dead people fighting each other. And in between those people he deadass sees Bjorn screaming at him. So if Bjorn is there, does that mean yes, the one and only Aske Chad is right in front of him. Thorfinn asks him if he's in Valhalla, and Askeladd tells him they are not at all. Instead, they are at the place where all the shit gets dumped. All the people who only live their life murdering and fighting. The people that could never escape that world. Thorfinn realizes he is here because he is falling back into that life again. He punched that guy. He hasn't changed. He is still just a murderer. Askeladd laughs at him, telling him that some soul searching is good, but you gotta keep your eyes open. This line alone is already so powerful, considering a lot of people, including myself, can relate to this. You think too much about how pathetic or weak you are, or you judge yourself by what happened before and that you won't be able to change, but you have to keep your eyes open and realize that you don't know all these things. You're just guessing and assuming. You can still change. And the first step to achieving that is realizing you can and opening your eyes. Thorfinn only had his hatred towards Askeladd to move him forward. And now that that quest was over, he became empty. But being empty can allow you to start over and become better than you ever were. Currently, I'm going through a very hard time too, and if it weren't for not wanting to traumatize the people around me, I would have quit already. But being that I can't allow myself to hurt the people around me like that, I have to open my eyes and try to fill the void I have right now. Try to fill it with reasons or one reason to live again. And that is exactly what Thorfinn is going to do. He realizes a bunch of dead people try to pull him down, and Askeladd tells him those are all the people he killed. The guilt becomes too much and he starts crying. Tears fall on top of the dead people and he starts apologizing to them. He fully lets all his emotions out, and this is genuinely beautiful. Not even mentioning the fact it's amazing to have shows show men crying like this. It's genuinely a super well done scene. Stuff like this will hopefully make people realize that men cry too, and remove that horrendous stigma that says that men that cry are weak. That soldier starts shooting arrows at Thorfinn. Askeladd jumps down to protect him from the arrows. He screams at him, saying that there's no time to cry and that he needs to climb up. Take the people he killed with him. He can't fall back into a life of murdering people. He can't go back to the life of hatred, pain and violence. Never falling back there again is his true fight. Thorfinn starts getting motivated and Askeladd tells him to become a true warrior. He gathers all of his strengths and starts climbing up. Then he wakes up. He helps Einar get up from the fight, and while they walk away, of course, despite the hard situation, Einar manages to find something to smile about, but Thorfinn starts crying and says he will never kill anyone ever again. He finally understands what his father meant. He has no enemies. No one does. There is enough hatred in the world already, and he is done adding more to it. He is going to be reborn. And while he says this, he sees his father walking away in the distance. His true journey has started. Best show ever. I swear to God, prove me wrong. On God, this is too good. I haven't even mentioned the goddamn music, man. It's always spot on. And Thorfinn's dream of ridding the world of slavery and war, it just got me teary-eyed, man. Can't wait for the next episode. Also, apologies if I didn't talk about it in depth that much. I haven't had much time to make videos lately, but I will try to talk about it every 1 or 2 episodes from now on. This so I can go a little bit more in depth. Thanks again for everyone for the patience. It's been a couple of weeks, but I'm back again here with the video. So I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, this is a new microphone. Let me know what you guys think of the quality in the comments.